Hey y'all, welcome back to the Hopped Up Beer Review. Today we're trying Throwing Yams by Southern Prohibition Brewing Company out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Thanks for joining us.
Welcome to Hopped Up Beer Review. If this is your first time checking us out, please be sure to like, subscribe, and cheers that notification bell so you get notified of our videos in the future. If you are joining us again, we appreciate you coming back and checking us out. With me, as always, is Jay, Andy in the attic, and I am Ben. What are we throwing at people today?
Well, coincidentally, Ben, we are trying Throwing Yams from Southern Prohibition Brewing Company out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. This is an Imperial Stout, so double the alcohol content of a typical stout. Of a regular stout, it's at this one 10%, 0 IBUs for our no bitter drinking beer folk. It is described by them as a sweet potato casserole in a can.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I have to say, I was beginning to think I was on the all IPA channel here with Hopped Up Beer Review. So I am super excited to have something other than an IPA today. So definitely looking forward.
So you're stuck with this high alcohol volume yam beer. I mean,
Yam beer, sweet potatoes. Come on, man. We're in the dirty South.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no hops in this, no bitterness, 0 IBUs. Let's see. Come on.
I mean, this is heaven in a can right here.
Let's get to cracking. I'm really curious. Since we've had this in the fridge, I've been waiting to try this.
Are you going to hit on that note there that it says on the can? We can crack it. I want to hear.
Yeah, I was going to discuss while
it.
my head drops. So it is a neat little can. It's got sweet potatoes.
Oh my!
The hands tossing around.
Wow! Look at that.
That is dark.
Ooh.
Wow.
Golly, it's as dark as the can. Like,
yeah, if not darker. Oh man!
Nice.
That aroma is wonderful. Yummy.
Oh gosh, yeah. So it's brewed with sweet potato, cinnamon, vanilla, marshmallows, and pecan. And they put some lactose in that thing. But I mean, you can pick up all of it. I mean, I can't pick up pecan, but
it's a black hole. I mean, there is no light getting through that thing at all. Oh, it smells good.
Oh, that smells delicious. Let's try this thing. Cheers,
mates. Yeah,
cheers,
dunk
mates.
it. Cheers, mates.
Wow. That is fantastic.
I think they brewed this with a little alcohol too.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, definitely.
Every time you take a sniff of it, you just pick up something new.
Yeah. I laugh. I don't know if you noticed the can. It has the two hands with the gloves on the side of the throwing yams.
Yeah, they're throwing. You got the yams, the sweet potato, looks
the
like
cinnamon, the pecan
cinnamon stick, and a pecan.
Yeah,
it's interesting. I'm a big fan of. I like sweet potatoes. I mean, I live a little over an hour from the self-proclaimed sweet potato capital of the world. Down here south, sweet potatoes is a big part of our agriculture, and so I make sweet potatoes in many different ways.
Yep.
I will say this is not my first sweet potato beer though.
No,
Lazy Magnolia had the Jefferson Stout that they made with sweet potatoes years ago, and so I tip my hat to them. But this goes a little farther than just the sweet potato. And actually, Lazy Magnolia were the first to do the pecan beer, so we'll have to get to them one day. But enough about them. This is SoPro's time.
Yeah, Andy, I think you want to be very careful about giving out details about where you live. You might have some people that want to come, tour the attic you know, as this, you know, show obviously has gone international. So,
well, maybe when we get to other places other than Indonesia and the US.
I mean, it's got to be a shout out to our fans in Indonesia.
Yeah,
we
thank
love
you.
Folks. Look
Cheers
forward
to
6.5% of our market. But yeah, come tour the attic. I mean, I've got great styrofoam spray insulation.
No, going back to the matter at hand here, the throwing yams. Yeah, I'm with you. There definitely is the distinct flavors you pick out, and you pick them out almost every time you take a sip.
Yeah.
Pick out something a little bit different, and then a little bit different. But that alcohol always is kind of a constant, though, I think, for me, with each of them.
It's got kind of like a boozy, almost of like a barrel age taste to it.
Exactly.
Really,
yeah. That's
really
what I was
does.
looking for.
Yeah.
Trying to put it to words. That barrel age is kind of perfect. Which there is no barrel age that we know of with this.
No, it doesn't mention it. But Southern Prohibition being a regional beer to us, they're categorized as a microbrewery, but they serve the surrounding states, and they're in major venues. I know they're in the Superdome. They're at our stadiums here. They're at other places. So they produce a lot of beer to be still. They may not be a microbrewery anymore. They might be a regional brewery. They have every time they produce a good beer, then they have a long list of beers.
Yeah,
I would say they're probably more regional. I mean,
yeah, I think they're regional.
I've been able to get, you know, a plethora of their beer. Stayed over from you guys, and it's yeah. I like their beer. They have some good stuff. This is fantastic. I agree with you. I've had other sweet potato beers, but nothing like this. The sweet potatoes I've had have been more brown ales or things like that, where they mixed them in. And I too am a fan, like you, of sweet potatoes. I cook them all the time. And a lot of people, you know, they love especially here in the South, they love their sweet potatoes with the brown sugar and nutmeg and all that. I can do without that. Most of the time I put mine on the grill, and I'll grill those sweet potatoes until they get soft. I'll pull it off, I'll cut it open, and I'll squeeze a fresh lime over it.
Oh, wow.
And it is fantastic.
That's interesting. I've never tried that.
Yeah, because I mean, it's healthy, and it's very good, and it's light. You don't have to have all that sugar and nutmeg and other stuff that goes with it. So try that out the next time, guys.
Skin it, cut into medallions, you know, flavor it, season it, whatever you want, put it on the grill, and get the grill marks on it, and it caramelizes the natural sugars in it, and so that brings it out even sweeter.
Absolutely.
I've done sweet potatoes a lot of ways.
Done that as well before. So
welcome back to the sweet potato cooking show, where we cook sweet potatoes 6,000 different ways. So thank you for joining us.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many ways.
Cheers.
Versatile. Cheers, mates.
But yeah, going back to Southern Prohibition, SoPro, as you know, we often call them around here in the area. I think they have a ton of interesting beers. You know, it's not the standards. You know, it's not even the standard kinds to some degree. It's things like Throwing Yams. I had one, I believe it was called Banana Fluff the other day. That's really interesting, almost like a milkshake. But I think they are to me, from the breweries that I've had, you know, in the last couple of years, they are one that almost kind of push the envelope with what they're doing, and are always trying something new. And from the ones that I've had, it always works. They produce, you know, really great beers. And I don't know I've had one that I didn't like, you know. So definitely hats off to those guys for sure.
Yeah. And I will say this is their tamest label art I've ever seen. They usually have great art on their labels, and this is the most basic although they're light, their Sopro light might be more basic than this, but this is, I was like, it's a Sopro. I didn't realize it at first when you gave it this.
I think it's subtle. I mean, you look at it. I mean, you look down here in the corner. It has the two hands. You've got the marshmallow. You've got the yam. You've got the pecan. I mean, it's innovative and creative at a subtle level. So,
and it shows you just how dark the beer is going to be.
It really is. I mean,
so yeah,
crazy.
All right, with that, let's rate this. Let's put pen to paper here and see what we come up with. Jay, I'm gonna let you go first.
Yay, man. I love it. I think it's fantastic. I've had, like I said, a couple other sweet potato yam type beers. I'm gonna go with an 8. It's a strong showing from Southern Prohibition, a very high ABV, great flavor. I'm gonna put it at 8.
All right. Andy, what do you think?
Okay.
Beat you to it.
So torn. I was almost going to do like 8.5, but I'm going to keep it at an 8. It tastes great, and it's heavy, it's rich, and that little much on the booze taste for me. Although I don't mind the taste of alcohol and all. But with a stout, I wanted it to be just a little more mellow. So an 8's still a great score. So don't get me wrong. So an 8 for me as well, Jay.
It seems like a dessert beer almost in a lot of ways.
You can put this over ice cream. You can make a float out of this.
Yeah, I mean,
absolutely.
It's very good in that form. So.
Yeah, I think, Andy, I think you and I feel exactly the same way about it. I think it's a great beer. I think that you get all the hints of everything they're trying to give you, the yams, the marshmallow, cinnamon, all that comes through. It is very heavy, like you would expect from a Imperial Stout. So I think that if they could cut down just a little bit on that boozy flavor, I think it would be, just that next, level. But I think for me, for the exact same reason, I think that an 8 is the number I'd give it as well. Just kind of round it out there.
Yeah, I think it just takes away from it a little bit. So we get 8s all around, huh?
Yep.
Yeah. Wow.
So I think we need a calculator on this one, do we?
This is going to make the math much easier this time.
Thank you.
All right, that gives us an 8. As if you couldn't do the math there. 8s from everybody all around, and definitely one that we have enjoyed here today. The Throwing Yams from Southern Prohibition out of Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Once again, appreciate you checking out this video. Let us know what you think about Throwing Yams if you've had it, what you thought about this video. Leave us some comments, and we'd be happy to see those. For Jay, Andy in the attic, I am Ben. We will catch you guys next time. Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.
Cheers, mates.